KHVH. The following paid program does not necessarily reflect the views of this station, its staff, or Clear Channel Media and Entertainment.
It's time to enter the world of real estate in Oahu with Hawaii's only true real estate radio show, the Team Lally Real Estate Show. Grab a pen and get ready to take notes. For the next full hour, Hawaii's premier real estate leader, Adrienne Lally, and Attilio Leonardi will bring you the latest in real estate news and real-world strategies on how they can guarantee to sell your home at a price and deadline you agree to, or they'll buy it. Now, here are your hosts, Adrienne and Attilio.
Welcome to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or we'll buy it. If you have any real estate questions, you can reach us at 799-9596. That's 799-9596, or on the web at teamlally.com, and that's Lally.
Well, hey, everybody. I was at the character breakfast at Aulani, and this lady dressed up like a mother tapped me on the shoulder and started asking me a bunch of tax and legal questions. I said, those are great questions. Highly recommend you seek the appropriate licensed professional. So if you're here, and then I said, but Mom, thanks for coming out to the Disney breakfast today. If there's any other questions, if you hear anything today sounds like legal advice, run it past the attorneys with heart.
That's Kane and Heron.
And if you hear anything that sounds like tax advice, you should talk to Robin
Wenzel. CPA.
But anyway, today we're realtors. We're going to talk about real estate and all kind of other great topics.
That's right. All right, so I want to give a big thank you real quick to some of our sponsors there at our grand opening.
Yeah.
Before we get the show started, we had Pakele's Hawaiian Food, who did they did a great job catering our events, and the food was delicious. Yeah,
they have bread pudding to die for.
And their beans, their soybeans there were good even a few days after.
Day. Yeah. So if you're looking for a good caterer, Kaneohe side, but they go island-wide.
Yes. Awesome. Pakele's.
Pakele's Hawaiian Food in Kaneohe.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm going to go through a few quotes, and then we're going to bring on Gabe Ame with the Hawaii VA loans with his VA tip of the day.
Exactly.
All right. So when you go in for a job interview, I think a good thing to ask is if they ever press charges.
Yes, that's the first question you should ask. Do you all press charges? Not how much you pay and what the job entails, but do you press charges?
That'll be sure for you to get the job.
That will get their attention. I don't know if it'll get you the job, but it'll get their attention.
All right, so if you're ever robbing a bank and your pants fall down, I think it's okay to laugh and let your hostages laugh too. Because, come on, life is funny.
Yes. Maybe you'll be the my pants fell down robber. You'll get a nickname.
All right, so the last one, and these are all quotes from Jack Handy.
In case you're wondering, are these like serious business quotes? In our definition, sure, because you need to have a sense of humor. It's important to have a sense of humor.
All right, so if you think a weakness can be turned into a strength, I hate to tell you this, but that's another weakness.
There you go.
All right, so Gabe Ame, are you there?
Going, guys.
Hi, Gabe.
How's it going?
Awesome. Thanks for calling in. So
you know what's funny is a lot of people who apply to work at Hawaii VA Loans, they do ask if you press charges.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they get disappointed when we say yes. I don't know why.
You know, one of the and then the response question is, we do an extensive background check. So if there's anything we need to know about your background, tell us now.
That's right.
Yeah. You want to work in the mortgage industry, you better be okay with the employer doing a detailed background check, because that's what they have to go through nowadays, which is good. Protects everyone.
Very regulated.
Okay, so we got our VA loan tip of the week.
Yep.
Right. Last week I got cut off a little bit. I called a little late. I got cut off, so I'm gonna recap last week's one. Right. Good. So on all VA loan transactions, it's required that we do a termite inspection.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the termite inspector's got to go out, do their inspection before we can actually fund and record the loan. Now, here's 4 things that can happen once we get the termite inspection back. First thing, termite inspection's clear, meaning no live termite infestation, no termite damages. We're good to go. We're clear to fund and record the loan. That's the ideal situation. Okay, so that's number one. But number two, it can come back and maybe there's no live infestation, but there's evidence of prior termite damage. Mm-hmm. What's going to happen if there's anything that says damage on the termite report? The damaged item is going to need to be repaired or fixed before we can fund the loan. Okay, so that's number two. Number three, there could be evidence of live termite infestation. With surprise that we live in Hawaii, mm-hmm. But maybe it's just concentrated in a small area. And in that case, what the termite inspector is going to recommend is just a spot treatment. Spot treatment, it's a relatively minor procedure to basically get rid of the termites in that small area. So that's number three. Number four, the biggest thing is if there's evidence of live termite infestation all across the house, then they're going to recommend a tenting fumigation. And that's when you got to get the whole tent, and basically no one can live in there for 3-4 days while they do the fumigation. And again, this would need to be done, certified that it's been completed before we could close on the VA loan. So those are four things that can happen once we get the termite inspection report back.
And then how frequently does it come back where the home needs to get tented, Gabe?
Actually, very not frequent at all. Very rarely do we get a report back where they request a fumigation. So I'd say 1 out of maybe 15 to 20 transactions, which is nice. More frequently, we see something like spot treatment or maybe evidence of damage that needs to be repaired. So that's a good thing.
Okay, well, thanks so much for sharing that tip about the VA loan and termite inspections.
So if they have more questions, the good number is 792-4251. That's 792-4251. And you guys have an awesome website. What's that website address?
Yeah, we just redesigned our website, so check it out at HawaiiVALoans.com. That's HawaiiVALoans.com.
You guys, you have a class coming up?
We got our next VA seminar for veterans coming up May 21st in Kapolei. So you can RSVP for that on our website.
All right, awesome.
All right, so save the dates.
Save the date, May 21st in Kapolei.
All right, well, thanks so much, Gabe, for calling in, and we'll be talking to you later.
Yes.
Have a great weekend.
All right, guys. We're going to have Duke calling in, giving us a property management tip.
Yes, if he's not meeting with the client.
If he's not meeting with the client.
And delivering checks. That's what he was doing last week.
If not, then we'll come in with you. But we want to give you a little hint of our guest that's going to be later on today, Shane Jeremy James. He wrote a book. He
wrote 4 books.
And his latest book is called To Be Rich. So we're going to ask him questions about, what are the 7 essentials to get rich? Mm-hmm. He has a personal rags to riches story. And he did did the same things like many of the great authors of these get rich books, not get rich quick, but get rich books do. They interview multimillionaires. Mm-hmm. And he had a chance to interview I know he interviewed a bunch of them. We're quickly looking at his book. One of them was the CEO of 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm excited to have him on. He'll be here after the first break. But let's give a quick plug then to Duke. I guess we're going to a break.
To Duke?
All right, well, don't go too far. When we come back, we will have this awesome guest on, Shane Jeremy James.
Hold on. Is Duke calling in?
Yes, I think he is. That's Duke on the line. Maybe.
You know what? It's our radio show, so we say when we go to breaks and when we don't. Let's get Duke on the line.
Is that Duke? All right. Hello, are you there, Duke?
Shane Jeremy James here.
Oh,
Shane. Hey. So we're going to have you on here in a little bit. We thought we are a property manager, Duke, with his tip in a minute. But if you hang on for a second, we'll bring you right back.
All right.
No problem. All right.
Shane. Okay.
So I guess we are taking a break.
Yes, we are.
And we'll be right back with Shane, maybe Duke.
For the great benefits allowed by the VA Home Loans Program. Benefits like no down payment required, reduced closing costs, and flexible qualifying guidelines.
Hawaii VA Loans is Hawaii's VA loan specialist who can educate you on all these benefits and help you get on track with being pre-approved for a VA loan.
For more information on how you can tap into this great resource, go to hawaiivaloans.com to download their free 24-page ebook. As a special bonus, after downloading the informative guide, you'll be instructed on how you can earn $1,000 closing cost credit on your next home purchase.
So what are you waiting for? Get your free VA loan ebook and earn $1,000 closing credit by going to hawaiivaloans.com or give them a call at 792-4251. That's 792-4251.
Hey, it's your friend Sean Hannity, and I can tell you firsthand from moving across this great country that bad advice from your real estate agent can cost you time and a whole lot of money. You, however, have a great team of great Americans right there in your backyard that puts their money where their mouths are and takes the stress out of selling a home. I'm talking about Adrienne Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally at Keller Williams Realty. They have a system for attracting buyers that's so effective they can guarantee to sell your home at a price and a deadline that you agree to, or will have it bought for cash. Now, how can they do this? Simple. The average realtor sells less than 10 homes a year and attracts a handful of buyers a month. Now, Adrienne and Attilio spend thousands of dollars every month to attract hundreds of buyers and help sell your home for 18% more money than the traditional agent. Now, they are so confident that you'll be happy, they also offer you a one-day listing agreement. Now, if they don't live up to their guarantees, they let you out of the contract, no questions asked. Adrienne and Attilio's outsell 99% of the agents in Hawaii by targeting both local and out-of-state buyers. Call the agents that I personally recommend. That's Adrienne Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally at Keller Williams Realty at 799-9596. That's 799-9596. Or online at guaranteedsale.com. Hey, it's your friend Sean Hannity, and I can tell you firsthand from moving across this great country that bad advice from your real estate agent can cost you time and a whole lot of money. You, however, have a great team of great Americans right there in your backyard that puts their money where their mouths are and takes the stress out of selling a home. I'm talking about Adrienne Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally at Keller Williams Realty. They have a system for attracting buyers that's so effective they can guarantee to sell your home at a price and a deadline that you agree to, or will have it bought for cash. Now, how can they do this? Simple. The average realtor sells less than 10 homes a year and attracts a handful of buyers a month. Now, Adrienne and Attilio spend thousands of dollars every month to attract hundreds of buyers and help sell your home for 18% more money than the traditional agent. Now, they are so confident that you'll be happy, they also offer you a one-day listing agreement. Now, if they don't live up to their guarantees, they let you out of the contract, no questions asked. Adrienne and Attilio's outsell 99% of the agents in Hawaii by targeting both local and out-of-state buyers. Call the agents that I personally recommend. That's Adrienne Lally and Attilio Leonardi of Team Lally at Keller Williams Realty at 799-9596. That's 799-9596. Or online at guaranteedsale.com.
Welcome back. This is Adrienne.
And this is Attilio.
And you're listening to the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the Guaranteed Sold program, or we'll buy it. If you have any real estate questions, you can reach us at 799-9596. That's 799-9596. Or on the web at teamlally.com, and that's Lally.
Or maybe you're just offended by what we just said on the radio. Call that number. No, don't call that number.
There was someone that called that number because they were offended.
They were offended, but you know what the good news is that people are listening.
And she wrote the number down.
So, hey, our marketing is working. But, hey, just a quick note to everybody. What we say on the show isn't meant to offend, and if it does, we do apologize. And
we're apologizing in advance.
Apologizing in advance if anything we say during the show offends you. But like Warren, what's that guy's name? He has the white hair. He's the artist.
Andy Warhol?
Andy Warhol said, hey, good or bad in the media, so long as you spell our name right and you're talking about us, it's working.
That's right.
So.
Okay, so real quick.
We're bringing Duke back on.
We'll bring Duke on.
All right, Duke,
to give
you there?
Us our quick tip of the day.
I am.
All right.
Good morning or good afternoon now.
All right,
Yes.
Duke, tell us who you're with and what's your tip of the day?
I am with Keller Williams Honolulu Property Management Company.
Mm-hmm.
And the tip of the day is to trust your property manager.
Yes.
Trust your property manager.
Trust them.
Trust them. So give us the what, when, why, and where about that.
I just heard a story this morning. Somebody that called me and said, I want to sell my house in another state, and I didn't have a property manager.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem I'm having now is I can't even sell the house because it's uninhabitable.
Oh.
Dang.
I trusted my brother to look over the house for the 2 years that we had tenants in there.
Wow.
And when the tenants moved out, the security deposit didn't even chip away at what the damage was. But the brother never bothered to go in there and check out the tenants, or he didn't do a background check on the people either because he wasn't getting paid.
So, by the way, let me tell you about my brother. He's the one that sleeps in late. He has a hard time keeping a job, and I can never count on him. By the way, I don't have any brothers.
So they got what they paid for.
Exactly.
And more.
Yeah.
Well, they have to do $23,000 in repairs
Wow.
just to get the house marketable to sell.
Yeah.
And in the very beginning, I asked them if they were interested in a property manager, actually in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So now they're trying to sell the house, and they're asking me if I know handyman people to do repairs on the rental.
Yeah.
So, in the very beginning, I said, hey, in Vegas, it's very different than Hawaii. The prices are a lot cheaper for a property manager, and they wanted to save the 6%. So now they have an out-of-pocket expense of $23,000 that a property manager could have avoided for them. But in Hawaii, if you are an off-island owner, you are required by the state of Hawaii to have an on-island representative.
So by going cheap, you might even be breaking the law.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So don't break the law. Give Duke Kim Han a call from Keller Williams Honolulu Property Management.
Yeah, so that number is 445-9223. That's 445-9223. For those of you just humming along, collecting rent, thinking everything's A-okay, you never know. I don't know. You got to keep looking over your shoulder.
It's a calculated risk.
And if another thing that we do is we give people a quote on what their property could rent for. If you're an investor looking to buy in Hawaii and you want to know what we could rent it for, we also have a guaranteed rent line and a program where we pay you the rent if we don't rent it in 30 days.
A lot of people ask, why do you guys give that guarantee? And the best answer I give on your behalf is that Duke and Keller Williams Honolulu Property Management, they're so confident they're going to get the property rented. That's why they're able to give that guarantee.
Good.
Yeah.
Right. But with that program comes some reality checks for people because they think that they can get whatever they want guaranteed, but that's not the way the program works.
Yeah.
Real quick, let me take a look at the property, and I can tell you what we can rent guaranteed for. But on another note, I'll try and rent it for more first, and then, because things are renting so quickly now.
Yeah.
But it's important to get the right tenant in there. So give Duke a call, and he can tell you more about that program and many other things about the property management company that he runs there. That's 445-9223.
Or check it out on the internet at KWHIPM.com. That stands for Keller Williams Hawaii Property Management.com. KWHIPM.com. All right, Duke, anything else?
Awesome. No, happy Mother's Day, Adrienne.
Right.
Thanks, Duke.
And you guys have a good weekend.
Thank you.
You too.
All right, take care.
All right, so now we have
We're going to be bringing our guests on the line.
Shane,
He's
Jeremy,
so nice,
James.
they named him 3 times. Shane, Jeremy, James. Shane, are you there?
I'm here. How are you guys today?
Awesome.
Good.
Thank you so much for holding on. But I'm going to give a quick introduction of you to our listeners. So many have referred to Shane as the Tony Robbins of Canada.
Yeah, get the juice.
As their styles are somewhat similar. He's high energy, entertaining, and a training that can really change people's lives. Shane has taught tens of thousands of people his amazingly unique business building principles, personal development growth, and health and fitness ideals. Each year, Shane appears at live business trainings and seminars around the world, online and offline. He's spoken in front of crowds as few as 150 people all the way to 10,000. He's helped thousands of people from all walks of life to increase and enhance their personal and business growth.
Yes, awesome.
So thank you so much, Shane, for joining us today.
Anything else you all wanted to share about your background with our listeners?
Well, thank you so much for having me first, you guys. I appreciate it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually, this is our second time with you. We had you on our Maui show, and here we are in Honolulu.
You seem so familiar.
I know. Welcome back.
It's like we're best friends already, isn't it?
Yes. So right off the top, I want to talk about it in the beginning, in the middle, and the end is you have a like a seminar. I call it like a teaching session.
So coming all day.
Up. Yeah, coming up here in Honolulu. Mm-hmm. What was that? The 17th.
17th, that's correct.
17th
at the Hawaii Prince Hotel.
Yeah, on the 17th at the Hawaii Prince Hotel. Now it's 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., correct?
That's right. So do you want me to touch on the time right now before we scare everybody away?
Yeah, just tell them, you know what, you touch on it and I'll touch on it and I'll tell them why they need to be there. Go ahead.
Okay. So one of the feedback sometimes we get when people come to time, it's like, wow, is that ever a long day? And they don't understand. Some days I teach seminars 3 days, 4 days in a row. Mm-hmm. Now, I've always said, when I'm going to teach, we're going to provide so much value for the people when they leave that they go tell everybody they know and say, that was so worth going. Mm-hmm. I always said, I'm never going to be one of those speakers that flies into cities. We give a little bit of information, then we try and sell them on everything, and then we leave. I said, there's no way we're doing that. And so really, when I created the seminar, I said, we've got to go a long day so people walk out and they can actually create changes in their life, changes in their business, and changes in their financial future. And that's why it goes for so long, because you can't really create much changes in 2, 3, 4 hours, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you know what? One of the things I'll tell people right now, people wonder, how are we so successful as a team? Because success comes disguised. This is from Mark Twain, I think. Success comes disguised in overalls, and it's called work. Mm-hmm. And if you're committed to either getting your business started or taking it to the next level, why wouldn't you take an opportunity for someone that's helped people grow their business to spend a couple of hours all day? I mean, people spend 4 years to go to college, get all this college debt, and they don't even have a job, or they're not even making money. But they, but they squawk about spending.
They should invest that time.
One day.
Invest that time in yourself and in your business and for personal development.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you take it to the next level.
So if you're listening to this and you think I'm making you feel bad that you're moaning about a whole day event, yes, I am. Go.
Well, and it just shows too of who wants it bad enough.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it comes down to. I mean, when I look back to how I've gotten to where I am today, the amount of seminar rooms and courses and books that I have taken and read, people couldn't even comprehend. And that's why I'm here today. So you always see when the people walk in, I always know they're the ones that are truly going to break out, because they're the ones that really want it bad enough. They don't have the excuse of, well, I can't make it because this came up. Oh, I can't make it because this came up. Oh, I can't make it. Usually those are the type of people, they set New Year's resolutions, and every year they never achieve their New Year's. You always go back and you see they're always in the same place. They're always in the same place because it's just pretty basic. The more you learn, the more you earn.
Yes.
Simple as that.
And I'm gonna read a quote from this guy named Shane Jeremy James. It's from his book called To Be Rich. It's right in the third paragraph of your introduction. Many people don't achieve financial abundance because of self-limiting beliefs.
Very true. Like the fear of success.
Hey, if I had to go to work that day, I'd call in well. I'd call my boss up. I say, I'm feeling terrific today. I'm going to go do something for myself today so that so
I can be better.
So I can change my life.
Yeah.
And if he's a good boss, he'd say, go for it.
That's that wanting it. That's that inner hunger, that drive to get up early and go strive for your goals and go after your dreams and do stuff that people don't normally do.
Yeah.
You come home at night and you have to work that extra 2 hours because you want that thing so bad. Very often people come to me and they're like, Shane, can you help me change my business to make more money? I said, I can do that in a second. I'm extremely good at helping people make more money and scale a business. The difference is I cannot get you out of bed every day and to do the extra work if you're not willing to put in the time.
Yeah.
So it's all about the execution.
So and then I want to touch on how powerful where you're at in life and how far you've come, because you're going to be up there on this, and you're teaching these classes all over, and people think, oh, He's a born speaker. You know, it was in his genes. You know, it's in his genetics. As soon as he came out of the womb, he gave a 5-minute impromptu speech to the doctors when he was given birth to. Let's talk about your fear of public speaking and how you overcame that.
Yeah, and that was probably my biggest fear in my entire life was public speaking. And there was actually a quick story I'll tell you about and then how I got into the public speaking. My grandma and grandpa were having their 60th anniversary, and I was supposed to get up and do a talk. I was younger then, and I couldn't even eat. I was so scared to talk. And my grandma seen something was actually wrong and went to my mom and said, there's something wrong with Shane because he's not eating. And I was a big eater. So she's like, is he sick? And she didn't know we were all standing up to give a talk. So they were like, no, I don't think so. Well, they knew I was sick to my stomach because I had to give up and only say 5 minutes of words.
Yeah.
And so that's where it kind of started. I had that real fear to get up and speak. And then when I started to grow in business and become more successful, and I started growing the curves to our women franchises, I was one of the first people to bring those into Canada. As I became more successful, people were starting me to ask to come speak on business. And I said, oh, no, this is something like I'm going to have to do because a lot of my mentors who have coached me and mentored me, a lot of them are worth about $250 million up to $1 billion. And one thing that I've seen with all those guys modeling them is they were always out in the public giving talks. And so I knew that I had to break the fear. So I signed up for Toastmasters, left my store that day, the Curves franchise, walking down to the local city hall where they had the Toastmasters meeting, and I was trying to talk myself out of going there all the way there. And I was making excuse after excuse in my brain, but I kept saying, don't let your brain mess with success. And I kept pushing myself and walking there, and I remember opening the door like it was tomorrow, and I was still trying to turn away and pretend that I didn't have to go or make some excuse like I was too busy, like I needed to go back to the store and run the store because it was going to close down or something.
Yeah.
And I opened the door, got in there, sat in the back, tried to hide, and I was like thinking, I hope they don't talk to me. Well, of course they're going to. It's a public speaking course. So they asked me to stand up, tell a little bit about myself, which was not the funnest experience for me at all, I'll tell you that much. And then they said, are you going to stay after? And I've always been one that you have to keep breaking through your comfort zones to achieve. I've always just been that type of person. As soon as I know that it's a little uncomfortable, I know I got to go to the next level. So I stayed. I signed up to take the 10 speeches you give, and the first one was an icebreaker. And this was an interesting story. I went back to do my icebreaker, and just by chance, there was a whole bunch of other people there from other groups that night. My luck. And then I was more nervous at that time. Got up, did my talk, and then there was a defining moment in my life right there. A president that was from another club that was really high up president in the Toastmasters at one time came up to me and pulled me aside, and she said, can I ask you how long you've been speaking for? I said, I've really never spoken. I don't really enjoy it. I'm just here because I'm going to have to do it in business sometimes. And she said, well, I just want to tell you that you have a natural ability to do this for a living. And I said, I already paid my money. You know, you don't have to like sugar, you don't have to butter me up to get me to stay. And I literally didn't believe her. Literally didn't believe her. And then she pushed me and she said, we're going to enter you in a competition that's coming up because there was a competition right around the corner. And I was like, no way. But again, I was like, I got to push outside my comfort zone. So I did. I went into the competition and I won the first round, won second rounds, won third rounds against people that had been speaking for about 20 years, 25 years. And that's where it all started for me, really. From there, I went on to write the 4 books. Then I went on to grow more businesses and help people all over the world. And that's really how it all started.
Yeah, that's a great story. I encourage people to go out there and find somebody and encourage them like that lady did for you.
That's the truth, and that's a great point, because I always say it's just like we talked about when we were on the last radio show together, your guys' show, and I said my company's called We Care More, and my slogan is We Care More. My company's called Empowering Nations, but the reason is caring about people, and that's doing what you guys just said. When you see somebody, believe in them. Because you can change people in a matter of seconds with not even knowing it. Just from believing in them and giving them encouragement, you will affect people's lives.
So with this this class or seminar that you're teaching on the 17th, are your attendees going to have a life-changing event or life-changing day?
No, they're going to be bored and falling asleep. No, I will kick them in the pants if they fall asleep. You know, here's some of the things you're going to be talking about is social media, and right here, I like it when people teach what they do. You're ranked in the top 100 marketers to be followed on Twitter.
Yeah,
how did you do that?
Learning how to use the technology properly and all the technology. That's really what it comes down to. People highly, highly underestimate where technology is today, and especially the business people. The business world is so far behind. I even sit on some boards and stuff that are worth $200 million, $400 million. They're still so far behind, and the small businesses are just they're not getting it at all. And we've got about a 2.5-year window to really capitalize on this before a lot of the other people start to catch up. And so really, when you ask the Twitter thing, it's really about I started to understand how to use all the technologies properly, and that's how we grow business. And it's crazy how people are still trying to fight it. You hear people, and they're like, well, I don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if it's going to do that. They're just not quite getting it. And so it's pretty simple. If you don't start to understand the technology and how to implement it in your business, that's not just business. If you're in sales, if you're in all kinds of different things, if you don't understand how to implement it, you will never make money in the business world now. It's impossible. You will get run right over, and you will go out of business because as the younger generation comes up and goes into more business, they're just going to knock everybody over because they're getting it fast.
You know, I compared you to like Jimmy Fallon. You know, when he tweets and guys like you tweet, it kind of starts trending. He's a great example. You know, Johnny Carson started the late night show, and you know this is like pre-internet, and now you got Jimmy Fallon on there, and he's doing stuff on YouTube. He's tweeting. I mean, and you know what's the cool thing about that is you don't need to have some multi-million-dollar late night TV entertainment show to do that. A small business person can do the exact same thing through tweeting and YouTube.
Now,
well, that's the exciting thing right now because before we could not do business like this, and this is where the businesses are just not quite getting it. Before, to do business with, say, celebrities or bigger companies or even multi-million-dollar companies, small companies, technically small too, we couldn't do business with them because we couldn't afford to go take out a $20,000 ad and run it every week in the local paper. We couldn't do that. But the big companies could do that. And so now, that's taken away now. So there's no middleman. That's what people are not getting. There used to be a middleman. The middleman used to say, okay, here it is. I mean, from all the media, from all the newspapers, from all that type of advertising or at the media companies, they used to kind of be the middleman. Now we can still do a lot of business with them. We can intertwine technology with them too and do great things. But now there's no middleman saying you cannot grow a fairly big business because if we understand how to use the technology and we understand how to run Twitter properly, combined with Facebook, combined with Pinterest, combined with video marketing, and we run it at a high level, we can start to actually take bigger companies' customers away. But for some reason, people are just not taking it seriously. But they're more taking it seriously, I'll tell you now, is because more and more people are starting to come to our event, and we get calls like crazy now where we can't even keep up, people wanting me to come in and actually do content plans for them, coach them, do all kinds of things, because lots of businesses are finally realizing it. They're watching competition past them, and they're saying, we need to get this. We need to start to learn this to be able to play in the marketplace nowadays, and if we don't get this, we're just going to be completely left behind.
So you have a real helpful YouTube video on your website on empoweringnations.com. I think it's like 17 minutes long, and it goes through just the basics, I think, of the
one with the dry erase board and the sticky notes. I'm going to steal that way to present information. No, it was great because it kept me intrigued, and I'm like, all right, I call it the video syllabus for your course is what it is. If people want to know what are they going to be learning between 8 and 10, you got the video syllabus. Go check it out on your website. Click on that YouTube video. Take 17 minutes out of your life to change it.
That's right.
Yeah, that video, they can go over to www.empoweringnations.com, and that video's right on the homepage. And, you know, that video really sums up everything that we do. So let me give you guys a very, very important lesson in business right now.
Sure.
Social media doesn't matter. Okay, now that's a really weird thing for me to say. Now people are going to jump all over that. I'll tell you that much right now. So what I mean by that is social media is just a platform. All these are just platforms with people on them that we don't even own. Facebook owns their platform. Google owns their platform. Google Plus owns their platform. Pinterest owns their platform. So they own all their people. All we do go and we borrow their people from what they own. And their platforms, and this is really what social media is. I'll sum it up for you right now. It's connecting with people on a human element, and then if you want to make money from them, figuring out their behaviors on the social platforms, and then knowing what content to create around their behavior, then distributing the content to them to get the sale in the end. That's all it is.
Yeah.
So using the social media to actually get the face-to-face eventually, you know, depending on the type of business that you're in.
Yeah.
So for us, that would be the one-on-one appointment.
Listing or buyer consultation. Yeah, because we're always, it's like a big pyramid at the base is all this other marketing that we're doing, and we're working slowly towards either that one-on-one meeting, depending on what kind of business, either if retail, they're going to walk in. If it's a service, they're going to meet with you. And if it's over the phone or the internet, it's a more one-on-one interaction via the internet or a phone conversation.
Totally. And, you know, even to get those phone conversations now, when they come into our business or call us, people have to see 4 pieces of content now before they'll actually make a buying decision. So here's a great example. If I've done 8 infographics and put them on Pinterest that were tailored to women, because that's where the women are on Pinterest, and it was women-centric, and just like we have ones coming out for Mother's Day tomorrow, of course, it's in our editorial calendars. And so as it comes out, so if we tailor it to the women there on Pinterest and we drive them back, we can look at that when we do those strategies, and we can say, okay, now we've figured out how to actually utilize social media properly instead of just putting something out there to put it out there.
Yeah.
So instead of saying, you know, very often I ask a business or a company, so why are you on Facebook?
Yeah.
It's the first question I ask when I'm working with them, even if it's $1 million business. And they go, well, that's a good question. I'm not quite sure. Well, why are you on Pinterest? Why are you on Snapchat? Why are you on Twitter? And they can't really ask. They can't really answer. 2 of the most important things I think anybody listening right now has got to understand is they should have an editorial calendar that's built out for 12 months so they know their whole online strategy and how to run it. And if they don't have that, you're going to have a lot of trouble. And 2 is they got to understand, like we teach in the seminar, everything that goes around social media. So social media is just a tiny portion of it, but it's all the landing pages goes around it. What do you do when you get the email? How do you create the buying cycle? How do you create those, say, 4 pieces of content that we created that now all of a sudden we're driving the women back from Pinterest? And going back to that, just think about this. If I have, say, 8 great infographics on Pinterest and the average person to drive them back to my site and buy has to see 4 pieces of information, and those people next to me as my competition don't have any out there, which many don't, who do you think gets more business? Of course we get most of the business.
Yes. What's an infographic?
Infographic, it's called.
Oh, infographic. What is that?
So an infographic is basically just a cool picture. I'll make it easy so people understand it. It's just a cool, long type of content inside, images with pictures, and it looks good. So it's like a bunch of pictures with inside a bit of content. So it might be like 10 tips on how to dominate Twitter.
Okay.
And you would have your 10 tips inside the infographic, and it would be a bunch of pictures and a bunch of visuals and that kind of content through there. So it's mixed with good content with visual, and visual is the number one thing that you got to do right now on all the platforms to create content. So people are 100% visual. So if you look at my stuff, if they go over and look at my blog posts and stuff, they'll see different videos, different infographics. You know, we've got a lot of different stuff that even from my website, landing pages and stuff that we build around. And it's all that stuff right there that attracts them, because people's attention spans right now are very, very very short. If you noticed before, it was they would watch an 8-10 minute video, but now all of a sudden, look what happened. Instagram came along, 15-second video, and then it even got worse. Extension spans went around worse because then you got Snapchat that came along, and Snapchat is not even a 15-second video. Snapchat, the actually video just disappears.
Yeah. Hey, I want to let our listeners know this is not like some Nature Bee infomercial. We are live. It is Saturday. It's 11:44 a.m. in the afternoon on this beautiful Hawaii day, and we got an awesome guest on the radio right now if you have just tuned in.
Shane Jeremy James, and he's going to be here next Saturday on the 17th at the Hawaii Prince Hotel. Would you maybe just give us a quick success story before we let you go for the day?
Quick success story on somebody that I've coached, on myself, on what do you want?
Yeah, talk about somebody that's come to one of your seminars and participated in what you have to share and where they at. What was their success?
I think there's two ones that I'll do, and they're both fairly fast. Okay. One success story was a girl. She actually talked about building out infographics, so we helped her build out infographics, and we have to build out some videos that she didn't even do, scribe videos. And remember, I teach outsourcing, so I teach them how to get all this done really, really cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were able to combine a content strategy with her, and with infographics and some videos and stuff. And she does home design, like home type of design stuff. So basically, what she does is home staging. So realtors go in and she stages the homes for realtors, and so she was looking for that business. And so we started creating a bunch of content around there, and we started going after the realtors that were looking for home staging. And as we created more and more content, she started positioning herself in that field as an expert. And she got her first call, and she got her first contract, and it was $7,000 just about a month ago. She got another one. She was brand new in the business. She got another, and then she got a $12,000 contract, and now she just got another one. And when we look back and we asked them how they found, they were like, and she created quite a bit of content throughout the time now. And she said, I was reading your stuff, and I was reading that on your blog, and then I looked at those infographics. I watched some of those videos and stuff, and I seen actually how you were doing it and stuff, and it was really cool, and I felt like I got to know you. And I said we earned the trust with them. That's why we got the business.
Mm-hmm.
So
awesome.
That was one quick story, and I'll tell you another quick one was another business where I think one of the benefits when people work with me, I save them a ton of money because I can guide them what not to do. There was a business that I was working with that was spending $60,000 on advertising. We completely cut that out. They didn't have the back end set up properly. We set up the back end now. They were starting to roll out their. Now they're rolling out a completely different model, but they're capturing leads now on their landing pages now, and they cut that marketing dollars out, and they've actually gotten more leads now than they were actually getting there before and converting, and they've only spent less than $400 a month.
Oh wow,
that's from $60,000.
Jeez.
So if they want
to save money, this would be a good event to come and attend.
Yeah. So again, that's at the Hawaii Prince Hotel, May 17th. What is that? A Saturday, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And they go ahead and register online, and space, I'm going to guess, is going to fill up quickly. If it doesn't, those people, the small businesses here on Oahu, need to take. I mean, normally you have to go travel to go see one of your classes. I think the next set of classes you're doing is in like South America or something, or.
Yeah, we're back in Canada for about a month and a half, and then we're going out to Latin America.
Latin America, awesome. Yeah.
Then there's also some online courses as well that can be offered.
I like if you go to your website, empoweringnations.com, they can get a free download of your book, To Be Rich. I downloaded it. I actually printed it, but I think I blew up some trees over here. But here you talk about buzz marketing. Buzz marketing is quite simple. Find the best way to deliver your message to a consumer. The consumer tells a few friends. Those friends tell a few more. Before you know it, the message goes viral. If you can't provide your consumers something edgy, smart, clever, and entertaining, then forget success. Buzz requires a little creativity, but you can easily master it. This skill alone will skyrocket your business sales, give you brand staying power, and reward your lucrativity.
Totally. I've heard that somewhere before.
Yeah, so straight out of that book, those and about, I can imagine in that all-day event and a million other tips these people are going to learn that they can actually use and execute on.
Oh, then that's it. That's exactly what you said right there. The word, I want everyone to remember that, execute. Because everyone can teach theory. That's why you got a lot of people running around trying to take people's money, and they actually do take people's money, and there's no results because they don't understand how to execute. And that's what I'm good at, helping people execute the plan to make money.
All right. Well,
All right.
thanks.
Yeah, thank you so much, Shane, for joining us today. And we're excited to have you here in Honolulu next week teaching your class.
Awesome. And thank you guys so much for having me. I really, really appreciate it. And have a happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. So we have, I think we have one of our buyer agents on the line to talk about their open house.
And in between that, we'll talk about some of the listings we want to highlight. We've got one on Maui, one on the Big Island, and one overlooking Kaneohe Bay with $1 million views. And then we've also got one in the resort community.
In Ko'olina.
Which is the best price. You want to talk about, let's talk about one of those real quick. Go.
Okay, so this one's out in Ko'olina. It's the lowest priced 3-bedroom. It's priced at $509,000. It's almost 1,200 square feet. It's a beautiful, beautiful unit, really well kept. They get pretty decent rent on it as well, so it's good for an investor or, maybe somebody who wants to live in a resort area.
Yeah, so it's a beautiful Ko'olina resort area. Disney has bet strong on this area. They spent like $900 million on their Aulani hotel. You can ride your Segway from your new townhome over here, condo, over to the lagoon or Aulani for dinner.
Which actually I'm at Aulani this weekend with for baby Chad's 4th birthday. So happy birthday, Chad.
And happy Mother's Day tomorrow. So she's out there with the whole family out at Aulani. All the little great festivities. I saw the lineup. There's lots of stuff to do.
All right, so do you want to talk about this Lily Puna?
Lily Puna.
So this one, I think we talked about it last week, but I think we should talk about this every week. This is an awesome priced home. It's beautiful. $5 million views.
Lily Puna, to give you an idea, is in Kaneohe. It's the road that overlooks Coconut Island. So if you're up high enough on that road and have a great location like this home does, you pretty much have almost a 180-degree view. I'm talking like from Chinaman's Hat all the way out to the Kaneohe Yacht Club.
Yeah, so great views. And then the size of the home, it's almost 3,000 square feet. And it can be separated, so you have 3 separate rentals. Yeah, so
you've got the main home where you stay in. Then what I like about the 2 separate rentals is they have an exterior entranceway as well as an interior entryway that you can block off, so you can have income and not even know your tenants are there.
That's right. It's very well thought out floor plan.
And the tenants have great views too.
So this one's listed at $1.495.
All right, so bring us an offer before that one's gone.
We actually do have an offer on it.
But they might want to bring one in because it's not under escrow yet.
It's not. It's not too late, so hurry.
All right.
So you want to talk with Abby?
Abby. Or Nikki.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Abby.
Hi. Hi.
Hello. So you're having an open house today.
I do. It's a first showing. I'm going to be at 94-1378 Kulewa Loop, and this is at Unit 45T as in Tom. And this is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, really nice unit. It's in a corner end unit. Have 1 parking. There's nice amenities, including there's a pool in there, recreation room, a really cute, nice 2-bedroom house.
What part of the island?
Waipio Gentry, and it's at Royal Palm at Waipio.
Okay.
And it's listed at $285.
$285, yes.
Good price.
No offers yet, so you better go check it out. We haven't let anybody see it till this. I think it's tenant occupied, so this is probably, we're not going to be doing a bunch of showings. It's pretty much just going to be this open. If you hesitate, you're going to miss it.
That's right. So go visit Abby today. You're going to be there 1 till
4?
Please.
From 1 to 4.
1 to 4 today, because you're a mama. We're gonna let you take a break tomorrow because it's Mother's Day.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
Thanks, Abby.
Thank you so much. Okay, bye.
We got Nikki.
Hi.
Hi, Nikki. Where are you sitting today?
Today I'll be sitting in Eva, Ocean Point, 91-1026 Kaimali Street, Q1. A very nice end unit. built in 1999, and very, very clean. The yard is very well manicured as well.
Yeah. What time will you be there?
I will be there from 1 to 4 also, and the list price for this one is $355.
All right.
Oh wow, that's a great price.
Mm-hmm.
That is a great price.
So come check out Nikki over at that open. Thanks, Nikki.
Thank you.
Okay, happy Mother's Day.
Thank you very much. You too.
All right, so we kind of want to hit some of our other highlighted listings, and just so you all listening to the show on the other islands, we operate on all islands.
Yes, we do. So here's a couple of neighbor island listings. We have they call it the treehouse listing.
Treehouse listing, because one of the homes literally has a
tree
growing right through the middle.
It's so cool. It's what is it, like 4 different structures.
4 different properties
on 2 acres of land, and I think the rental income is close to like what, $6,000.
Yeah, I think there's like 3 separate dwellings, and then within the main house, I think there's 2 other areas that you can rent out besides the main living area.
Mm-hmm.
So a hugely income-producing property up there in Maui.
Yes, and it's listed at $899.
And the neighborhood is Makawao.
Haiku.
But
Haiku.
But I mean, just for the listing purposes, but it's up in the area that everyone knows as Haiku.
Mm-hmm.
You guys know anything about Haiku? Beautiful. Not necessarily at ocean level, but not high elevation either, but just right in the middle, close to all the shopping and stuff like that. But the property is just huge. It's got bamboo forests, all kind of trees.
Very green, and you can even hear there's like a stream in the back as well. So if you're looking for an investment, or
maybe you want to start
live in one and rent the rest.
Apply for a bed and breakfast or something.
All right, and then here's the last property we're going to talk about before we end the show.
On the Big Island, Waikoloa.
Yes.
On the Kona side.
Yep, it's on Avamoa Place, listed at $549,000. This is all on one level. It's a huge home, though, about 2,400 square feet.
I would call it an executive home. Maybe somebody that works at one of the resorts.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they want to entertain at their home. A lot of open areas, beautiful kitchen.
High vaulted ceilings with skylights.
Skylights.
A lot of natural lights coming
even
through.
The decoration around there's a lot of nice chandelier type lights fixtures with very ornate the base part that connects it to the ceiling. Very, very decorative home.
Real wood floors.
Real wood floors throughout. Huge closets. A lot of storage space, especially in the garage, and a nice yard.
Brazilian cherry wood.
Hardwood, not the inexpensive
not the laminate,
stuff. Yeah,
the real stuff.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful home.
Kind of stuff. It's all shiny when you look at it. You can go sliding around on your socks like you're doing a risky business movie.
So if you want to know more about any of these listings that we have open today, or that some of these neighbor island listings, you can give our buyer hotline a call at 234-4421. That's 234-4421, and we'd be happy to get you more information about it.
Well, also for our friend up there on Molokai, he's got a bed and breakfast. We're going to be listing that one real soon.
That's towards the end of May.
Towards the end of May, live and enjoy Molokai.
And have a business.
It's called the Friendly Isle, and even if it isn't, that's what I'm calling it. But Molokai is really nice. You have a lot of people that buy these expensive getaway homes because you can just go there and cruise and just be like an average citizen, and you might be part of the Beatles, and you might have an estate there.
Mm-hmm.
So do a bread and breakfast. That would be a cool way. I think that would be neat for maybe somebody who wants to get out of Chicago. They're tired of the winters, and they want to meet people. Literally, people come there from all over the world, and they've got it all set up with all kind of landscaping and everything else. All right, so it looks like we're coming to the end of our show.
Yes, so we're waiting for
That's
that
where
cool
we have that
music.
nice outro music. Yes.
All right, so thanks for listening, and thank you to our sponsors.
Denny Skyhu with Hawaii Escrow and Title.
Gabe Ame and Jim Owens of Hawaii VA Loans.
Mike Metz with Combine and Termite and Pest Control.
Bradley Maruyama with Allstate Insurance.
Marcelo Teixeira with Spots Cleaning and Maintenance.
Matt Fortier of Fidelity National Title.
Todd Bedford with Lifeline Security.
Jody Tonga and Derek Tonga for Pacific Rim Mortgage.
If you want to get a hold of any of our sponsors, just go to TeamLally.com and check out our business partner page under our link section.
We also want to give a big thank you to Steven, our producer here in the studio.
And his helpers, Carlos.
Make sure to tune in next week. We're going to have an awesome guest talking about something that'll change your life forever.
This is the Team Lally Real Estate Show, home of the guaranteed
Gold Children! If we can't sell your home at the agreed upon price and your time frame, we'll have it bought for cash. Take that aloha!